strap in and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty, welcome to the After Hours with TC Restani, the podcast. I'm TC Restani, emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse, and I'm going to go around the horn and introduce the esteemed panel of experts that I always have here up in the penthouse. Shuffling his stickers magnets over there, my mentor and the host of Ricky Bittman's Jukebox exclusively on Spotify, Ricky Bittman. What's going on, Rick?
You know, you're lucky I'm even talking to you tonight.
Why is that?
Because I'm drinking out of two little bitty white cups.
Okay, I told you to send an email to Abby.
Oh, well, okay, so I guess it's my fault that we don't have good drinking apparatus.
Hey, is it still wet?
You talking about the cups?
I haven't seen it.
I forgot our sound effects.
Oh, not that one. It's... because I don't have my little cheat sheet here. That's why.
Okay. Well, you know, listen, I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's free water, right, Jeff?
Abby was extremely wet because she went swimming in a lake the other day. She posted a picture of it, so I know she was wet. South Boston Jeff, you have some more unique weed drinks down there?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. And there's a way to wet my whistle the legal way. You know, can trip root beer and everything, which goes great with some Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Make yourself a nice toasty root beer float and tonic and all kinds of stuff. Oh, I'm keeping it real over here, my man.
Tonic, man. That proves you're from New England.
That's right, tonic.
Some chronic tonic.
Some chronic tonic. Look, from my vantage point, without my glasses on, it looks like a can of Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Sea Weevil?
Swivel, my man.
Swivel.
But you can.
I like sea weevil better.
Yeah.
You can't have sea weevil here, gentlemen.
I think you may have a copyrighted new word down there. And of course, the milkman himself, Quincy Briscoe, or now as we're affectionately going to know him as Sea Weevil.
Sea weevil?
Sea Weevil. And later on in the show, we're going to be talking to our good friend CJ.
I can't wait.
Who's going to come on talking about his new podcast, The Retro Rundown.
Lots of new blood.
A lot of new blood down here.
Speaking of new blood, how's the old blood? Where the hell is Aunt Petunia?
You know what?
Did I catch you off guard?
Bull Montana is in the building.
Yeah.
I saw him roaming around earlier.
Is he going to take a swipe at me like he did last time?
Because he needed promotional things because he's doing an autograph signing at a wrestling convention this weekend. So we went to the promotions department to get an 8x10.
Wow.
And because that's about all he's going to sell is just one.
Oh.
Or maybe two. But, you know, he's roaming around. Who knows? He may pop in here a little later down in the program.
Is he going to give us a skinny?
I don't know what happened to Aunt Petunia. I know she's still out there because I get the credit card bills from the Restani Productions, and it was some place in Butte, Montana. No, not to be with Bull, Montana, but Butte, Montana. I saw a bus ticket from there.
Wow.
So where she's roaming around out there, I have no idea.
What famous cat was born in Butte, Montana?
I don't know.
Evel Knievel.
Really?
Yep, Butte, Montana.
Really?
Yep.
Is this like
I just bit my lip.
one of like
And there's also an elephant.
the
Butte,
latest Evil
Montana, or
Knievels?
something like that.
I don't know. But it is the evil. What were you saying, Quinns?
Was this like one of the latest Evil Knievel ones that trained to be a
No,
stunt?
the original Evel Knievel.
The one and only.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's passed away, unfortunately.
He's long gone now.
Because I was going to say, a lot of people took to him and nearly killed themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch
His
out.
son did pretty well, but his son also, sadly, has passed away.
I used to have the Evil Knievel toy.
Best toy ever.
That thing went about 1,000,000 miles an hour when you
know-
pulled that
oh,
string.
Yeah,
I'm new on Instagram.
I had a pump. Mine was a pump.
Oh, that's
like
the pump one. I remember that.
The pump and everything.
I had
And he
the
went off
ripcord.
on his motorcycle.
But there's a guy out there, I think he's on Instagram. Search for this, because I'm new on Instagram.
I know. Welcome.
He does videos of his Evel Knievel toy, and he films them in slow motion. They're absolutely amazing.
I think I saw him jump Chewbacca.
Yeah, okay, he does through fire and everything. It's really cool. He did right out the window one time. Check that out.
Unbelievable. So what's going on here in the world of Bittman?
Me? Well, we just finished. I tell you, the Instagram has helped the jukebox tremendously. The listenership is up. But I'll tell you, this Instagram, everybody and his brother tries to friend you. You'd love it, Jeff. I got to know how many mushroom guys, for some reason, are all friending me. All these mystical mushroom guys, like the hallucinogenic type mushrooms, not the kind you put on the pizza. But listenership is up. Episode 52 did very well. Heading into episode 53.
What do you mean? They like to take a lot of mushrooms, or they sell them?
They sell them.
Oh.
They show me the product and everything, and they friend you. I don't know. They try to get followers, I guess.
Right.
They send out, like, anybody that's new, they automatically send them a request or something.
There you
They're
go.
almost legal. They're not quite the mushrooms aren't 100% legal, but they'll be legal soon.
Well,
They're getting there.
Instagram
is ahead of the game.
Now, I understand that you had a backed up toilet on the Winnebago.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What happened?
Your toilet backed up.
But who used it? Was it Galen or somebody?
You know, Galen has dating now. He dates a young lady by the name of Lannis Vistano.
Lannis Vistano. And I think she dropped a bomb. What can I say? I didn't have to clean it out. I gave him the plunger and a coat hanger. I said, you go chop that up yourself. And where did he meet Lannis?
It was one of those swipe left, swipe right sites. They all do
like
it
Timber
nowadays.
or Dinder or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is she a good-looking girl?
She's very ethnic looking, very European. She's
Okay.
very Roman. She's Italian.
Okay.
Vistano. I'm surprised. You don't know.
Well, Restani, Vistano.
Exactly. Vestano.
Wow, spell it again.
Lannis Vestano. Vestano. And
V-E-S.
Lannis is Lanis.
Oh, like Alanis Morissette, but
That could be what it's short for. I never thought of that. I just call her Lanny. Leapin' Lanny.
Leapin' Lanny. Well, you know what he could do.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, talented guy.
He could play with his pafo.
Yep, tooting his own horn.
Unbelievable. So, do you have any interesting news? You're always the newsman down here.
I went out. I'll tell you, I went to Fenway Park for the first time in 3 years last night.
Oh yeah, how much did that cost?
Free. I got the tickets for free. It wasn't bad at all, and I only had 3 beers. Everyone will be so proud of me, and 2 Fenway Franks because I had to get up early this morning. I had to run some errands, so I said I can't push the envelope. And I was sitting with a group of people. They were all DJs. And I can't remember the name of the company. But they invited us, and we sat out on the bleachers, which I don't normally do.
Was it a hot, sunny day?
It was beautiful. It was an evening. The game started at 7. And I know not everyone here is a baseball fan, but if you've ever watched a baseball game, they're incredibly long, drawn-out procedures. Right. And too bad, maybe we'll talk about CJ about this later, because I know he's a big sports guy. But everything is timed now in baseball. You have to throw the pitch within a certain time. If you go out to the mound, you only get 30 seconds. These games used to be before COVID. The games could go on for 4 hours. You go to a 7:00 game, you get out of there after 11. We went to a 7:00 game last night and wrapped up at 9:30. That's pretty good.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, and now when a Sox guy hits a home run, you hear the opening chords of "Eye of the Tiger." Yeah, don't know those guitars. Exactly. You hear that, and all the Green Monster lights, they just start flickering and everything. The whole park lights up.
Really?
And they do this spectacular show now. They're trying to make it, I guess, more interesting for everybody. But I was very impressed.
Well, did they win?
They did. So everyone's listen. Me and sports kind of went, their separate ways during COVID and all that. But I'm starting to get back to it. But everyone's saying this was the best game in the season.
Who'd they play?
They played the Atlanta Braves, which were one time known as the Boston Braves, from Atlanta, Georgia. A lot of Southerners there, people from the South.
And that's why you were coming and playing Bad Street Atlanta,
that's
GA?
Right. That's right. That's what I was thinking of. Michael P.S. Hayes.
That's right. What does the PS stand for?
Pretty sexy?
Purely sexy.
Purely sexy.
Yeah, but close enough.
Purely sexy. So it was a good experience. I enjoyed it.
I think CJ is a sports fan, so you will have a grand old time talking to him later on in the program.
It was nice to visit Fenway Park for the first time in about 2 years.
2 years, huh? Yeah. That's fantastic over there. And I noticed that along with your water over there, we're going to get our ads out of the way right away. You have a giant iced coffee.
Iced coffee, and it's delicious tonight. And why? Hold on, let me take a sip of this.
Take a sip of that.
Speaking of iced coffee,
you go right ahead.
Everyday drinkers to coffee enthusiasts, there's a brew for everyone. The Moon and the Sea Coffee Company. The right coffee from daylight to twilight, shore to shore. Visit them online at themoonandtheseacoffee.com, a proud sponsor of Restani Productions. This is delicious.
And the coffee is good. That is
it's
nice.
putting a zip in my step.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. The Moon and the Sea Coffee is the way away. Up and away.
Speaking of that song, I was watching Vacation last night.
Which one?
The original.
The original one.
I think you're all left in the head. We're 2 hours from the effing fun park, and you want to go home. We're going to have so much effing fun, you'll be whistling zippity-doo out of your a-holes.
Did you see the remake in 2015?
Yeah, I couldn't get through it.
Really? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I just couldn't get through
it. It was okay. I didn't mind that at all. Now, I was flipping through the news earlier, and I texted you this thing. I don't know if Jeff and
right.
Quincy know about this.
Jeff is going to love this.
There is this guy who is he's quoted in the news. I'm not being politically incorrect. It says let me read the actual news article here. So it's saying it is on the news. It was on social media news. And basically it says, Irish midget pretending to be a leprechaun fooled over 40 women into having sex with him in exchange for his pot of gold. Now, if you see this picture of this guy, he looks like an Oompa Loompa had sex with Beaker from the Muppets.
That's a good one. You can always pick out those facial references. My God.
And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you got to be completely stupid to believe that this guy's a leprechaun.
Listen, there's
So
women
is
out
this
there
his
that
mugshot here?
Yeah.
He certainly looks like angry, like a leprechaun. I think he looks like more like Malcolm McDowell or something.
Or actually, you know what he looks like, Jeff? Between me, he looks like Puzzy.
Yeah.
Puzzy.
He looks like Puzzy, kid we known for a long time.
He looks so sad.
Well, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, there's a picture on the screen right now of this guy, and if he's now free, and ladies, if you see him at a St. Patrick's Day event coming up next year, don't believe him.
Now, wait a minute now. What did he do that was so wrong?
Well,
just from the headline alone, I don't see there's no big crime.
It's not like he solicited them for money like a hooker. He just basically told them that he was a leprechaun, and if they banged him, he would give them as a gift the pot of gold.
All right, wait a minute. If this is a crime, every man in the world would be in jail, because who hasn't lied to have sex? I mean,
but he's pretending to be a leprechaun.
still.
If
I
it
once
worked,
told a woman I was a Michelin star chef.
I know Bull said that he was the Michelin Man one time, but that's a different story for a different time. Oh, I see him roaming around over there, and we'll have to get a few words from him later.
He's roaming.
He's roaming all right. Big autograph session, huh? Yeah, there you go. Good for him. I'm happy for that. So what's going on in your world, Jeff?
Oh, not a whole lot, but I'm preparing for an extra special episode of Clouded Conversation.
Oh, that's
which
right.
Debuts tomorrow. I call it my cuckoo episode, and not much. It's summertime. I'm just doing a lot of work around the house, a lot of lawn mowing, and a lot of painting, and chipping in around the house. But it's very
Painting,
hot.
like Bob Ross painting or just house painting?
Oh, I wish I could. I'm not that bad of a painter and everything, but I'm not talking about the Bob Ross painting. I'm talking about my back porch and.
Well, let's talk about your Clouded Conversations. You made reference to it about a minute ago. And if you're listening to this episode, that has already debuted on our YouTube channel. And of course, you can go to youtube.com/afterhourstc. And it's a great episode. You, Quincy, and our friend CJ chat about the greatest Jack Nicholson film of all time, the 1975 Best Picture, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes, and we also, I also show off my fantastic collection of Cuckoo's Nest autographs, which in the story of how I accumulated all of them.
It is a fantastic listen. If you want to listen to it, you're on the right YouTube channel right now. Just go click on it. You can't miss the thumbnail. Jeff is dressed as Jack Nicholson, and Quincy's dressed as Chief Bromden, and they're behind a cuckoo fence.
That's correct. That is correct.
That sounds like it was awesome. I wish I was up here for that.
It was a good one. I know you were on tour or something. Where you were?
Yeah, I had a couple stops to make. I did a private party.
Yeah. Who was at this one?
It was oh my God!
It wasn't a Wayne Newton type of deal, was it?
No. There was nobody really big. Do you remember? Remember the guy that did the Shaman commercials, Mr. Whipple?
Mr. Whipple, yeah.
Please don't squeeze the shaman.
His great grandkids are still living off that money.
Really?
Yeah, and one of them turned 21. And it was me and a bunch of dancers, and we just...
Please don't tell me they had, like, toilet paper rolls everywhere.
They had a toilet paper fight. They toilet papered the whole neighborhood, but they brought me in on a chopper. When the girls
motorcycle or a helicopter?
No, a helicopter.
Okay.
And the girls were dressed like Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders because the kid's favorite movie is Apocalypse Now.
Really?
Yeah. And when it was time to go...
One of those.
Galen lit the flares and the smoke, and we...
One of those women that was in Apocalypse Now was Colleen Camp.
Who's she?
Remember her?
The name sounds wicked familiar.
Colleen Camp.
Why do I know
She
her?
played.
We were talking about this. Why did I remember?
She played Police Academy in Police Academy. She played Tackleberry's love interest.
That's what it was.
Kathleen Kirkland. She was also in Clue as Yvette, the maid.
The maid.
Isn't it amazing?
And
Who
she-
needs IMDb when you get Jeff?
And she was speaking of Apocalypse Now. The guy who just died. What was his name? Forrest. Remember
Sinead O'Connor?
No, remember the guy. This was used, man.
What was his name? Frederick Forrest?
Yeah, Robert Frederick, whatever his name was, from Apocalypse Now. Remember the guy who got scared by the tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a saucier. I'm a saucier.
Colleen Camp and him played Deborah Foreman's parents in the movie Valley Girl.
Okay. I know that dude you're
Yeah.
talking about now. Now I can see his face. Okay, cool. He just died?
He just died.
Oh, that's a shame.
But he was in his 80s. I thought he was going to be a lot
Jeez,
younger.
man, what is the
And
time
He was
go?
married to Mary Lou Henner.
Yeah, so we got to accomplish some grade A tale before he did.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a score right there.
gotta
I wonder
really-
why he told her.
He got a real good taxi. Well, this is like before she was like Mary Lou Henner.
She was always married.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. Hi, Mary Lou.
John Travolta got a little of that, I think, didn't he?
I think he was more interested in Tony Danza. But,
Oh, come on. Travolta.
All right, Travolta nailed it. Burt Reynolds nailed it.
She collected men.
Tony Danza, Bobby Wheeler,
Judd Hirsch.
and she always wanted Danny DeVito, but he wouldn't cheat on Rhea.
Wow.
What were you thinking?
I know. What about Kaufman? You think she got him?
She treated Kaufman like that was her brother. She loved Andy Kaufman.
Story of my
and
life,
poor
folks.
Christopher Lloyd came too late. but oh man, I love Mary Lou.
Where else? What other shows are you getting this information? You know, it's just, you're not getting it.
You're not going to get any of this information on any other podcast.
Yeah, now that Gilbert's gone, this is it.
Maybe on the retro rundown with CJ, he'll have some tidbits. But I don't think he's going to go the pervert route like the rest of us.
No, that's a route.
That is a
Less
route.
traveled.
That's a route, not Route 66, but Route 69.
Hold on. We're a little slow tonight.
There we
You
go.
know Fred Norris. Let's just put it that way.
Hey, you know what? I'm on a show that people may listen to. But unbelievable. So, Quincy, getting on what's going on in your world. We haven't talked about your world in a while.
Nothing yet, anyhow, but you never know. Anything could come along.
At any time.
At
That's
any
true.
time. Keeping options open.
What we found out today was Quincy used to do a lot of shows a long time ago with a guy by the name of Lawrence Hawley, a good friend of this show. He used to be Quincy's producer many, many years ago. Just found out that Lawrence Hawley played a cop in the new movie Barbie during the booking scene where they booked Barbie.
Wow.
So hats off to our good friend Lawrence out there.
Lawrence, I know you can hear me out there somewhere.
What is it with this Barbie movie?
Honestly, I don't know.
It's almost like you the only two movies in the world right now are Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Barbieheimer, yeah.
And I really, I'm not that stoked
I mean,
to see either one.
is Margot Robbie gorgeous? Yes.
Yeah.
She a talented actress? Yes. Am I going to go see a movie about Barbie?
No.
When it comes on HBO at like 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Probably.
maybe, yeah. I don't think.
Oppenheimer, I saw the one that came out 34 years ago. It was called Fat Man and Little Boy with Paul Newman.
Okay.
And the guy who played Murdoch on the A-Team played Oppenheimer.
Okay.
And it was a really good, I think it was, John Cusack was in it, and Laura Dern. It was the same movie, but, it wasn't Christopher Nolan, the director of the Batman trilogy. No. But I have no idea why people are going gaga over it. Poor Indiana Jones made like $8 at the movie theater.
Yeah.
And Barbie has surpassed like $500 million.
What is it? I just don't get it. What do you think, Jeff? What's the appeal?
Because there's absolutely crap out this year.
Yeah, there's
I mean,
nothing.
what is there? 5 big movies out this summer? Like that, like you get this Haunted Mansion movie coming out, which I'm kind of interested in seeing, but they got like nothing.
Yeah, things are drying up. But I think this. I mean, listen. Put it this way: the writer's strike just happened.
And the actor strike.
Yeah, but I'm saying there should be movies from years ago.
You
that
show
they
up
made.
there and the first at the movies, and the first person you see on screen is that Illuminati C word there, like Nicole Kidman. She introduces the movies now, but there's hardly anything out there. I mean, you got to sit there through your commercials and the same Progressive Insurance commercials that you're watching at the house.
Well, when we saw Indiana Jones a couple of weeks ago,
right?
There was like 45 minutes of ads.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, one of them was hosted by Maria Menounos, and so I love her. She's my second favorite Maria in the world.
From Medford, Mass.
From Meffa, Mass. So it was like she was doing like bootleg trivia that like an infant could have answered. What was Chewbacca's friend's name? I don't know. Was it Han Solo, Indiana Jones, or Captain Kirk? So you guess it. I'm coming through my earpiece from our producer tonight, who is not Abby. Frederick Forrest was the man's name from Apocalypse Now. Frederick Forrest. Rest in peace.
That's sad.
Think about it. That's what I always think like that. That's what I think of when I think of Frederick Forrest. I don't think of It's Alive Part 2.
Only you would know that
I'm
reference.
telling you, man.
It's he would It's Alive Part 1, the baby and the creature baby, and then they found out that at the end of Part 1, you found out that a second creature baby has been born.
That was on the movie channel like every other day. Was there a scene where they ate a milkman? Not this one over here, Quincy. And blood came out of the milk
That was
truck.
the first one.
Oh yeah.
Was it the first one?
Yeah, that was the first.
Yeah.
It's Alive.
I saw that at the Bug House in Southie.
There was always a double feature on the movie channel. It was that and The Hand with Michael Caine.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you know who wrote the screenplay for The Hand?
No.
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, and he also wrote the script for Conan the Barbarian.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, there you go.
I saw a clip recently, and I thought of you, Jeff. Jimmy Fallon, who I'm not a big fan of, but was reading the backs of VHS cassettes to Quentin Tarantino to see if he could name the film. And he got like the first few he didn't get, but then he started nailing them. And then he would make references like, "Oh yeah, Chris Makepeace was in that film also," and it was just blowing the people away with his like references. I would give anything. I just bit my lip again to see you sit down and have that conversation.
Ricky Lipman.
Ricky Lipman is twice now. I could taste my own blood.
I could get into it with
Seriously. I wish we could make that happen, because somebody posted a picture recently on what is it, Instagram? Him and his buddy that host their podcast named after the video store that they have, Video Archives. They were in line to buy their tickets for Oppenheimer out in Los Angeles.
I saw that. I did see that.
That was pretty cool.
Well, he went and saw Barbie first and then went across the street to see the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fascinated by him.
I used to go to video stores with Jeff, and we were in there for like hours as kids, because he would just read the back of the boxes like in detail. And it was just, you remember the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Remember the guy who was in the the manager, and he couldn't decide wit? He was looking at whatever the design was that Steve Martin had, and at the end of the movie, he's still sitting there looking. That was what Jeff would used to do at the old Video Paradise stores.
Video Paradise.
Movies on video.
Oh, movies on video, too.
Movies on video.
And he's sitting there going, get this one, this one.
It is a tough choice.
I'm going around looking for other movies, and like 20 minutes later, he still has the two same ones in his hands.
Yeah.
I think one of them was Turk 182.
Oh, good movie. I like Turk 182.
And I think the other one
Robert Urich was in that.
Robert Urich and
played his older brother, Timothy Hutton.
Timothy Hutton, correct. Yeah. And Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future was the assistant mayor. Was the mayor? The mayor was the guy from Greatest American Hero.
Oh, not the hero himself.
Not the hero himself.
Oh, the other guy.
Yeah, I could never decide between Turk 182 and The Adventures of Remo Williams.
Two good ones, yeah.
Great, now you're going to get that in everybody's head for the rest of the year.
I love. They should remake Remo Williams in The Adventure Begins. You know who they should have play it? Is John Bernthal. You know who he is?
He did look a lot like Fred
He looks
Ward.
just like Fred Ward, and he acts just like, he has the same punchy nose and everything.
They should never have taken Punisher off the air. That was a great series.
Do you know who was the Asian guy in Remo Williams?
No. Oh, wait. Oh, Joel Grey.
Yeah. Jennifer Grey's father.
He was in Cabaret.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Didn't we meet him one time in New York?
You did, when you were stalking Angelica Houston, and she came out and he was asking her Jack Nicholson questions, obviously. And I'm like, holy shit, it's Joel Grey. And there's a picture, I'll have to find it, and it's just Joel Grey going, hi, and we snapped the picture as he just kept on walking.
That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Did you get any questions in about Jack Nicholson to AJ?
No, I didn't. I was like, hey, it's great to see you here. Was it a good dog show? She was like, it was very nice. I was like, did you win? And she just she just nodded her head.
Man. Balls of
but
steel.
I got away with saying that to her. I don't know,
Yeah, he's not wrong. It was a celebrity dog show, and it was on Broadway, and the other actors that were there that day were Rita Moreno,
Bernadette
Peters, and Carol Kane from Taxi.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't very nice. Well, they say she wasn't feeling good that day, but we did see her, yeah.
We did see her, yeah.
But yeah, I did.
Taxi's character.
Yeah,
Simca.
Simca
Doublets.
But yeah, I forgot that you told Angelica Houston that she was a dog.
What's the horror movie that was she in there, Simca? She was was it
When a Stranger Calls.
That's it. When a
Have you
Stranger
checked the children?
That's
I
right.
love that movie. Like the killer in that movie. He wasn't a very scary guy. He was a creepy guy.
Yeah.
He was
Sometimes that's worse.
Yeah, he was like the killer in 10 to Midnight.
Yeah.
that's a
He
good
wasn't
movie.
very scary. He was creepy. He spit on that guy in the bar and everything.
Yeah.
But oh God, yeah. That was I watch When a Stranger Calls every now and then. But yeah, I own it on DVD.
Did William Shatner have anything to do with that?
Who? William Shatner?
Or maybe there's a different one I'm thinking of.
No, but there was
the
a
Halloween
sequel.
mask.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
there
wait,
was
wait.
a sequel, and Jill Shalin, our friend John's favorite actress.
Hey, Jill Shalin was a hottie from DC Cab.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. But John was just like, hey, which picture do I need to get? Which picture do I need to get?
DC Cab, the
Yes.
movie that
Jill Shalin.
Adam
She played
Baldwin.
Claudette. She played Claudette.
Yeah, she definitely played Claudette.
That's the movie that Adam Baldwin blocked me on Twitter for. Adam, if you're out there, screw you.
Well, Quincy, we used to have the Hooper party or Thanksgiving Eve. Last year we had the DC Cab party.
Yeah, that was fun.
This year we're going to be having what?
The used car party.
When are we going to have Female Trouble by John Waters?
That's
Why would you
Valentine's Day. That's Valentine's Day.
All right, we'll do that then. But so
sounds
tell me
like a
about
good
used
idea.
cars. That you must love that.
Oh, it's a classic.
Kurt Russell, right?
That's right, Kurt Russell and
Robin Williams.
Jack Ward.
Jack Warden, yeah.
Good movie.
Okay. Well, when I first started all this, I came in there out of nowhere. Yes, sir. We blew the shit out of the brass motherfucker. We blew the shit out of all the brasses down here in the used cars. So y'all come on down. Did you hear what I said? New deal used cars. So y'all come on down. Did you hear what I said?
Come on down.
I have heard you with unmistakable clarity. You son of a bitch.
Yes, that was his used car soliloquy that he did.
So that's what we're going to watch the night before Thanksgiving.
It's going to be used cars.
All right.
I just came in out of nowhere, started laying all these clips down, and it's like, he's material. That's what I would say. Just take him in. And then-
Material.
We should have went to
Material
Valentine's Day to
world.
watch Female Trouble. We got to do that soon.
Okay, fine.
I remember when I met Goldie Hawn at the when she was doing her book signing at the Prudential, and she was very sweet to me, gave me a big hug, and I was like, oh wow, what the hell, man? And she was like, you remind me a lot of Kurt. Wow. But that was a very nice compliment from one of my all-time favorite actresses ever since I was a kid. I mean, I would have to say, I don't know. My very first crush would probably be Ginger from Gilligan's Island or something like that. But but I've always had a thing for Goldie Hawn.
Yeah,
ever
she
since I
was. She was a
kid.
doll.
She was the All-American. Yeah, I know. Private Benjamin.
Yeah. Now, did you ever see her in Wildcats?
Of course. She
showed Bush.
Yeah. She showed like a lion in the bathtub.
I'll never forget that. That
got
just
Bush.
surprised the living hell out of me when I rented that.
But was it Goldie?
Yes, definitely.
All right, it was
I think
Goldie.
so.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a golden.
Yeah. Back then, they would have went over budget trying to fake that.
You must have loved her on Laughing when she was that go-go dancer or whatever she was on it.
Well, that was a little before my time, but I've seen the videos.
So was
very
Gilligan's Island, but you watched it.
Well, they didn't rerun Laughing as much as Gilligan's Island.
No, they did not. But I remember watching reruns.
She was a smoke a little blonde even back then.
At least it wasn't Ruth Buzzy you were drinking.
Ain't nothing wrong with Ruth Buzzy. She's a talented lady.
Talented woman, very common
If
genius.
she was healthy, she'd sit here with us and enjoy
She
it.
would.
Now, what do you think the movie she looked the hottest in?
Who, Ruth Buzzy?
Goldie.
Oh.
Let's see. Well, I really like not really foul play. That was really about the acting. That's a tough question. I would say that she looked the hottest in.
Overboard.
Yeah,
That would be my pick. I mean, it was.
I was thinking around that movie,
Yeah.
but
You got to go to that one. I mean, granted, she did look hot in the army pants in Private Benjamin.
But she looked. You say it like she looked hot in her flannel, in her tight jeans and her flannel shirt and everything. Maybe that is what did it and everything.
Speaking of Overboard, we have a big time commercial coming up right now from our good friend Captain Dave Marciano at angelicaseafoods.com. We'll be right back after this big time commercial break.
Do you love seafood? Hi, I'm Captain Dave Marciano, and I want to invite you to check out our new website, angelicaseafoods.com. Now you can get fresh local seafood shipped overnight from Gloucester's fishing families to yours. angelicaseafoods.com, the finest, freshest seafood New England has to offer.
From the boat to your door, get Angelica Seafood's premium seafood, sustainably caught and packaged at angelicaseafoods.com.
Alrighty, welcome back from that big time commercial break. For all your seafood needs, don't forget to go to angelicaseafoods.com. Captain Dave Marciano and crew bringing you the finest seafood from the Atlantic Ocean, from Gloucester's front door to your front door, anywhere in the continental United States. And we are back here on the program. We are now joined by my longtime close personal friend, CJ, the host of the Retro Rundown, making its debut in August. Welcome to the podcast penthouse once again, and welcome to Ricky Bittman and South Boston Jeff.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
What's going on there, CJ? What's happening, man?
Getting ready for the rundown, TC.
All right, why don't you give us the rundown on the Retro Rundown?
All right, you know, we got some great guests lined up. We're going to start on August 11th with VG Mobster.
VG Mobster?
Yeah, there's a guy named Jonathan Drews. He's a vintage and modern day video game collector, a Twitter personality.
Is that what the VG stands for?
I think so. He's from Jersey.
Jersey?
Jersey.
Been to Jersey many times. Out in the weeds out in Secaucus.
Oh, yeah. And he's a pretty popular YouTuber. He's in a musical group called Allegory MCs. They do original music, and he's in a musical quintet called Master Sword Music, and they do original old school hip hop like Run DMC and the old 80s rappers.
Maybe they should hook up with the Ricky Bittman's
Get
jukebox.
their stuff on a jukebox.
We should send them right over right after the podcast.
Do it.
You've been to Jersey and to Winnebago before, haven't
Oh,
you?
yeah. Well, long before I met Doug Palumbo, Captain America himself.
That is true. Mr. Jersey.
Jersey guy. In the Jukebox Hall of Fame, by the way.
Is he? Who else is in the Hall of Fame?
Tony Carl, the guy who wrote the jukebox theme song.
Okay.
Bittman.
I remember that song. It was very catchy.
Yeah, it is.
Is Galen in the Hall of Fame yet?
No,
he's just an employee.
He's an employee. He's
Doesn't
earning his stripes still for crying out loud.
All right, good. So what else? What else you got cooking on the rundown?
Continuing on, we got a retro gamer and YouTube personality. She's a pop culture expert. Her name is Absolute Katie from Florida.
She's from Absolute Florida.
Well, she's absolutely from Florida.
Absolutely.
But her name is Absolute Katie.
Absolute
on
Katie.
Twitter, yes.
Unbelievable.
Are you flying these people in, or what are we doing here?
Well,
We span no expense. Abby's going crazy with that credit card.
see.
I like this, though. I like it kills him to spend money, you know, so I like it. He's shaking for crying out loud.
He sends Abby gifts.
Oh.
Well, you know, I have to grease the palms.
He's got a lot of connections, you know, in like the jewelry world and stuff. So, you know, we just shower Abby with affection.
Yeah.
He showers Abby with trinkets
Well.
and whatnot. You know, that's how to get the, you know, it's a new gig, new producer. You always suck up to the boss, right?
More flies with honey.
So there you go.
A couple of more shout outs. We're gonna mention Mark Shabby Geek and Anthony at Imperial Communique are gonna be on. These are high end collectors. They have thousands of dollars invested in Star Wars and other collectibles from the era.
We'll have to go visit them.
Absolutely. Steve O Says Stuff. He is a YouTube personality who's also a collector and pop culture 80s guy.
That's his handle. Steve O says stuff.
Steve O Says Stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. And
No
he-
relation to the jackass, though.
He is at he runs a he runs a YouTube channel called Collecting Star Wars, and he does a weekly podcast / show. It's very high quality.
So what's his name again?
Steve-O Says Stuff.
Okay, that's Jeff O Smoke Stuff right there.
Yeah, we should hit it off.
We should hook those two up. And then we have a couple of UK guys coming in. Tez, who is over at Roland's Reviews, and he's a vintage gamer and high-end computer collector.
Do 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 do.
Oh, yeah.
do.
All your friends
He's
from
pla-
across the
do, do, do,
pond.
do. You
He's
know
played
Dave-
them all.
Really?
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So is Ricky on the jukebox.
That's right.
Ricky is an expert in that field.
You spin me right round, Raby, right round like a record.
Very nice.
You like that one, huh?
And then we got a gentleman named, he goes by the handle BastardB64K.
Oh.
And he is a YouTuber, a historian and collector, and a biographer of vintage video games.
So you're a video game nut. We've established that in
Love
that
it.
interview. You're like Mr. Atari.
Right. We got to get some movie people on here. And lastly, wrapping it up is Justin. He's at Rad Dad Redemption on Twitter, and he ran a podcast and a YouTube show on paranormal studies.
Oh. You got Dan Aykroyd on that one.
Yeah. He's a Western freak too. He loves to collect vintage cowboy memorabilia and from the movies and stuff like that. So we're gonna have him on the show, and that's the lineup
huge
for tomorrow.
lineup.
Interesting.
got.
I'm telling you, I'm captivated. I like it.
I mean, I've like I said, I've known CJ for a few years, and I know he's a stickler to get things right. And he has all these people lined up before we even recorded episode 1 yet.
Look at
That's
that.
good.
You're like George Lucas saying, "I'm going to have 9 movies, 50 years later." But this is going to be fantastic. And of course, the Retro Rundown will be hosted on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/AfterHoursTC. The Retro Rundown, recording its first episode on August 11, which is Hulk Hogan's birthday.
Wow.
Wow.
Brother. So there we go. Now, you're a big sports guy. As you can see in the Boston Red Sox hat, not Bruins hat.
Right.
Ricky Bittman, which was first Red Sox game in quite a few
Yeah,
times.
since COVID, I went last night. Saw the Sox kick the Braves' asses around a little bit. It was a great game, and
It
I
was.
hadn't been to Fenway in so long, and I could not believe the changes.
America's most beloved ballpark.
I mean, what they do when a home run goes off now, I mean, you just never saw that stuff at Fenway. Everything lights up, and everything is very
Right.
captivating. And I, to be honest with you, I haven't watched much baseball this year, and the timing, the clocks on everything.
Yeah, that's throwing me this year still.
7 o'clock, out of there at 9:30.
That's the thing. They wanted to introduce the pitch count clock so that they could reduce the time of the game's length. It was
Yeah,
getting too long with
In the mound
pauses.
visit, 30 seconds.
Right.
And you're limited to the number of times you can do it. I think back to the, back in the Poppy days in Pedro, playing the Yankees in the playoffs, they'd be out there for hours for crying
4
out loud.
hours easy.
Everybody had their gloves over their lips, like, who the hell wants to care? Who the hell cares what they're saying? But, the games were going forever. I can remember my wife was there the night they won in 2013. And God, she didn't get home till God knows what. And she's like, because
Yeah.
the games would go on forever, especially when they played the Yankees.
My favorite Yankee game was against the Bears.
The Bad News Bears. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true. Let them play.
You know what I not downloaded, but I saved to my watch later list on YouTube was the an episode from the Bad News Bears TV series.
Corey Feldman was on.
Yeah, little kid, Jack Warden, one of my favorite
Jack
actors.
Warren from the used car party
That's
that we're going to
right.
be having in
See?
Thanksgiving, which is great. Now they played the Braves, right?
Yeah.
There hasn't been any controversy about the Braves because isn't that an Indian thing?
Good point. I didn't even think of that.
I mean,
That's where my mind is.
Didn't
that never
the
even
Indians
crossed my
have to
mind.
change their name in
Indians
Cleveland?
did.
What are they now known as?
The Guardians, and they did that on their own, and so did the Washington Redskins in the NFL. They changed their name several times.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there's several different explanations
It's
as to
because
why.
we're turning into a country of tattletales, TC. That's what I always say.
That's
in the
true.
jukebox.
It is true.
Everybody the kid that the teacher would pick him to take the names when the teacher left the room.
Irving, take the names
Exactly.
down.
That's what we are. We're a country full of that kid.
Full of Irvings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squealers. Back in the old days, they give them the mark of a squealer.
Unbelievable.
I love the old school names. I think they should have kept them.
Yeah, what the hell?
Absolutely.
But I'm a big sports guy, and I was there in 2008 when the Celtics won. I had season
Yeah.
tickets for almost 20 years, and I had to give them up when the pandemic hit. My wife lost her job, and it was just too much money. Plus, we split
Right.
the season with a friend, and he retired, so
Right.
it just wasn't viable anymore. And I was there to see the Patriots win against the Carolina Panthers. I'm trying to think of the Super Bowl number there down in Houston. I think it was their second or third Super Bowl win. I think it was their second.
Yes.
So I was there for that, but unfortunately I was also there for the Super Bowl in Arizona when they lost.
Oh.
Did see Larry David in the men's room, though, and he was complaining there were no paper towels. 100% true.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeff, didn't you take a piss next to, what's his name? Oh, no, was that me? That was against...
Did you, or was that me? How do you not remember you took a piss?
Well, it was his favorite actor of all time there, Malcolm McDowell.
That was you.
That was me, okay.
Yeah, I took a piss next to Bob from Sesame Street.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Brush with greatness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's right. Bob from Sesame Street, the guy who played Court in Friday the 13th, Part 6.
Oh, and the Black Ghostbuster there, Ernie Hudson.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So my claim to fame of taking the leak next to famous people, obviously, was Malcolm McDowell and Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, my God.
And don't forget, when we met at Comic-Con, we took a piss right before William Shatner went in there and took a piss.
That's true. That's right. That's right. So we boldly went where no piss has gone before.
Did they clear the place out when he went in? Did they make sure everybody was out of there?
Well, okay. All right. I just, what
happened?
We like, I got a lot of things here. Little texts coming to me. This one comes from our former executive producer, Sabrina.
Wow.
And she just texted me, why UFOs now? Because have you heard about this, CJ? You know that the government now I was going to bring that up.
No.
They had a Senate hearing where they were supposedly, questioning the UFO bodies that they found that were non-human.
Really?
So this is getting out in the mainstream world now. So my funny feeling, I'm a conspiracy theorist. And you are as well. You have dabbled as well.
My old friend Riley Martin, author of The Coming of Tan.
I think they're now going to initiate what they've been talking about for a long time is Project Bluebeam, where they stage an alien invasion.
Really?
Because they've tried everything else and nothing's
that's true. Yeah,
pandemics, no one cares.
It didn't work. Yeah.
9/11, no one cared.
Bird flu,
all this other crap. ET's next, Betty.
I think so.
No, Independence Day is next.
Or Independence,
They'll have it on Independence. They'll build some, the government will build some huge ass spaceships and cruise over the world a couple of times and stir up some shit. And
So bigger than Roswell.
Oh, way bigger. They're talking about it in the Senate, and they're putting it on CNN and CNBC and whatnot. They're getting it into the world psyche.
Yeah.
They're going to be staging something. You remember, September and October coming up. They always have something called the October surprise.
That's true. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked somewhere before Halloween. All of a sudden, Diana from V comes down and sucking down rats. And ripping her face off, and she's a lizard under there.
Yeah.
Well, that airplane thing that she said that was a lizard person.
We were talking about that was scary.
So that was first got in the.
They are kind of,
and no one has found that woman's identification yet.
No.
How is that possible in this day and age?
They know everything about everybody.
I bet she works for the CIA or DARPA or one of those little organizations and whatnot. That was probably all staged and saying, "There's an alien man back there, a reptile man." It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I hope you're wrong, just because I still have faith in this world, but
I don't.
I
mean, now we have Sabrina texting us saying,
what else has she got to do?
She's got a lot to do. She's the former executive producer of this program, or whatnot.
Yeah, former. Emphasis on the word former, Sabrina.
No, she got elevated to a higher position in Restani Productions. She's in the tower.
Oh, my God.
I know you and her have a lot of problems.
Yeah, she never got along with me or Doc McMurphy.
Doc McMurphy or whatnot. She loved Bull. She loved Jeff. She obviously adored me. But I know you had a lot of problems going behind the scenes,
It kind of goes back to the cups. I didn't want to bring it up again. Remember the cubed ice? I wanted the cubed ice.
I
She only had
remember.
crushed ice, and I called her out on that. Boy, that put a snap on her panties, I'll tell you.
I mean, you had a lot of heat with her.
Oh, yeah, she was spoiled. And I still think she took that money.
Oh, you're right. You're going back wild.
And it was Doc McMurphy who found her, and she treated him like crap. Made him her slave and
that's
everything.
right.
He had to do her hair and all that stuff. If it wasn't for him, she'd still be living with that jerk up in the woods.
Bocephus.
Whatever the hell his name was, that dirty bastard.
That's
I
right.
can still smell
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about,
it smells like brackish water.
If you go on our YouTube channel and go back in time, a long time ago, like 17, 18 years
You should
ago.
relaunch that.
Which one?
That YouTube video. Relaunch it. Like, can you like?
I could tweet it out.
do that.
So basically, Sabrina, who was our very
Mr.
first,
CJ doesn't even know what we're talking about.
Sabrina was our very first executive producer who preceded Abby. Adorable. I loved her to death. She was fantastic.
She was cute.
And she got kidnapped by a crazed fan.
Really?
And he brought her up to some Bumble Stump, Maine, and he was trying to make movies with her.
Stop it.
And we had to go up there and we had a big rescue attempt.
100% documented
Yeah.
too. All on YouTube.
It's all on
goodness.
YouTube, and we got her back, and she had amnesia, and then it was Doc McMurphy who had her like
Again,
hypnotize
saved her. Yeah.
brought her back to her reality. But
And we were filming the dating game when this all happened.
that's right, and we blamed poor Nikki.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it wasn't Nikki. It was Bocephus Jenkins.
That was
So
a great
where is
set.
she now?
She's semi-retired.
Okay.
And she's local now.
All right.
She's local around here. But every once in a while, I get a text from her about a conspiracy because she's a huge conspiracy person like myself. That's why we get along a lot. And basically, I haven't heard from her in a couple weeks. She was very upset that I didn't take her to see Indiana Jones because I took her to see the last one that came out, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. She says, "You didn't take me." And I go, sorry,
We took Abby.
we-
Sorry.
yeah. But just text right here. Why UFOs now? I haven't answered her back because maybe I'll send the
No,
link
wait a
to
minute.
the.
Did she spell out the word Y or just the letter Y?
No, she spelled it.
All right. So she's redeeming herself
she's-
to me then.
She's a smart cookie.
Yeah, I didn't say she wasn't, but it's like, like, is that text speak? Is she like one of those?
Oh yeah, like LOL.
Yeah, OMG. Well,
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry. I don't want to make fun of that.
We
but-
can't do that. That's
OMG
copyrighted.
Abby.
That's
That's right.
That's copyrighted now.
I forget.
You
I
even
forget.
getting coal in your stocking this year.
So much for those cups.
She won't be importing spotted dick for you from England.
I need a fresh can of that.
Well, maybe she can get it with the cups.
Okay, well.
So CJ, we had a lot of good responses from that interview that we did a couple weeks ago.
We did.
I mean, everybody from all over, the interwebs were all excited about this, and they all found you or knew you, but they heard that interview and like, oh, I got to be on your new podcast.
Yeah, it was great. It was a mutual reaching out to these guests, and they were all positive about it and got back to me right away, and they're pretty excited about it.
Good. It's going to be one of the best Restani productions that we've had in a long time.
I hope so. I mean, it's not often that people get to grace the airwaves here at the Palatial Podcast Penthouse.
Penthouse, it is a nice penthouse. We had the cleaning people in here this week,
Right.
Because I didn't want to mention anything, but
Well, the heated pool looks great.
we don't talk about that one, okay? Bull was in here a little while ago, like a couple days ago,
Uh-oh.
demanding these 8x10s. And looking like Wolverine's grandfather with his hairstyle.
Incredible.
And he had, I don't know what he was eating, but it was all over the podcast panel. So I had to call in
Oh, no.
the executive cleaning department today.
Wow.
Before we were going to do this. And they're trying to get it out. It was like that. There was a big stain on there. It was like that scene from The Ghost and Mr. Chicken when they couldn't get the blood stains off the ivories.
Yeah.
They were even using some crazy, cleaner.
Yeah.
But they got it out.
Yeah.
It's been a while, since the 60s.
It's funny. I was watching the cleaning women, and she had a bottle that said 409 or fantastic written in magic marker on the bottle.
Really? Or
could have been either
fantastic.
one.
That's what it said, yeah.
Well, the place looks and smells great.
Well, good. Was that Alenia?
It was Magali.
Oh, Magali. Because Alenia, I got a little thing for Alenia.
I know.
She said, I don't do floors.
No, I don't do floors or windows, Mr. Restani.
All right, we better...
Windex more like loose decks. Fantastic more like terrible.
Jesus not
But I-
here.
What was that?
Mr. Jesus not here. Mr. Jesus not here today. He's hanging on cross.
I'm sorry.
So this is fantastic. And why don't
Or
you give
409.
409?
Fantastic.
So why don't you give the fantastic information how people can contact you on social media?
Yeah, great. So I'm on Twitter at Cardiac Drop, and I also launched the podcast page at retro_rundown.
_
Right. Oh, and you can always reach us at After Hours TC as well.
Yeah, you can find us anywhere. And you can follow Ricky Bittman
Right.
on Twitter at BittmanRiggy. And Jeff over there is on Instagram. And we still don't know. Do you know what your handle is on there yet?
No.
Didn't we discover that last week?
It's in the description box underneath it. I don't remember what it is.
I got to track
Get
that down.
this
'cause I don't
man
think-
some social media.
Well, he does have social media. He's just not on Twitter. He's not on Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
not
get
Twitter
it.
anymore. It's X.
Well, technically, it is still Twitter, but just they got rid of the bird logo and it's just an X.
right.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but you know what they say brand X is? Shit, right? I mean,
Well, triple X.
yeah, okay, yeah. So
See, I still have the bird.
I do too, but that's going to change. And I just submitted an application and paid the monthly fee to get a check mark, and it's taken a week. What's going on? I'm going to have to call
How much did that cost?
$11.
That's not bad.
No.
$11 a month.
Yeah, and I only did it because we launched the podcast.
Is that Bo or
and
Randy Quaid?
Is it me or Randy Quaid looking really
It
good
looks
lately?
like Randy Quaid.
He's looking good and healthy lately. I think he's turned the corner. He's going to be in Rhode Island in November.
He is.
I'm pretty sure.
Look at that.
We're going to be going down to that. So
Wasn't it? Look at. I'm sorry. I just got distracted now. 0 to 10. What would you rate this movie? Look at the movie.
Hooper.
Hooper.
Oh,
Quincy. 0 to 10. What would you rate Hooper?
There you go.
Put it in right now.
Unbelievable. So yeah, we're going to be going down to the Rhode Island Comic Con in November, the first weekend in November. I know Ricky's going, South Boston Jeff's going, maybe CJ's going, I'm going. So if you see us down there, we'll pause for a selfie.
I'm very excited.
Now, you're a key person down there. I know it's months away, but you were all excited when they announced that Paul Williams is going to be there.
Absolutely. I have.
I'm in then.
Been a
Huh?
fan.
Then I'm going.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. I'm telling you. We make a whole day of it.
It is a whole day.
Absolutely.
It's a Sunday.
Well, for some Italian food.
Italian food down in Providence.
We'll throw down.
How about we go to Club Fantasies?
Remember what happened last time I went there?
Okay, yeah, we're not going to get into that. It was
Talk
Is this
about
another
busted.
Cheryl Ladd story?
no.
It
This
was better.
This was a 12 gauge.
Yeah.
I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Just
You're-
like when your wife says she's looking for stamps, she ain't looking for stamps.
Oh.
And be careful when you snoop around because you might find something you ain't looking for in the first place.
I will never forget your tongue falling out of your mouth when we walked into that club and you saw her standing there. I was sitting there. And
Well, because I didn't see it. You were like, she's right there.
that's right. And you were just like, remember that scene in Jeff? What was that Mel Brooks movie?
History of the World.
I knew you would get it. I knew you would get it.
Yeah, it was Gregory Hines.
I was going to say, that was Gregory Hines.
When his tongue just, that's what you look like when you saw Gage sitting there in that little stool.
And she was so sad when I said, well, we're going to be leaving. And I was like, damn. But we did make a bit. The place we went after was much better than that place. But it was kind of cool to see her just the same.
It was you were off, man. I was a fan of hers.
Yeah.
That mechanic
That had to
scene.
take some convincing. You had to come around eventually, but you did.
Okay, I mean, but
'Cause
after
when I first said it, you were like, she looks like a Muppet. But then you kind of figured it out.
she's a tiny little thing.
Well, yeah, but
she's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
I like the South. I always did.
And granted, you were like on the way home. You were like, "All right, remember, you got to see this scene." It was a scene where she was in a mechanic's bay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
And you were right. You know,
She's a champ.
she definitely got a lot of Jiffy Lube that day.
But I am going to see Paul Williams. Down there.
Paul Williams, and if Quincy's favorite, that would be Little Enos Burdette from Smokey and the Bandit, right, Quince?
And all the songs he wrote. Now you know he wrote all those songs for the Carpenters and everything.
Oh, I'll be heading down there
Just
for
an
a
old-fashioned-
picture of Mama from Vicki Lawrence.
Nice. Lou Ferrigno's going to be there. I remember.
See, wow. Yeah, now that's who I want to meet right there.
Yeah, I got a framed picture of Lou over my desk at home.
Excellent. I got to meet Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, he's the best. He really is great.
All right. I said we would bring him in near the end. So, Jeff, if you could share your microphone with none other than the living legend himself. Bring the chair over there. That's as far as it goes, Jeff.
that's as
Don't
far.
unplug it. Bring the chair over to the podcast penthouse.
Hit him with the chair.
Look at this. Looking dapper as always. Bring the chair a little closer, Colonel, because the microphone doesn't stretch that far. Put on the headset. It's been a while since you've been down here on the at the podcast penthouse. Here, you gotta bring the chair closer, like right next to CJ. He's not gonna bite. He just bought you a pizza.
Come right in, Colonel.
He just bought you a pizza, for crying out loud.
I didn't have none.
Bullshit. You didn't have none.
He
You
had seconds.
You had.
I'm going to tell you something.
Okay, talk into the microphone. It's a radio show, all right? Put on the headset. Look at CJ. Second day on the job, he's fixing your microphone. You've been here for 30 years.
Everyone caters to him.
He's a legend. All right, what were you going to say, Colonel?
I'm going to tell everybody I'm doing well. And you guys, people don't know what's been going on.
What's been going on, Colonel?
Well, you don't know when, people know what's wrong. I lost my father and mother and all that, That's why I love you guys.
Oh.
We love you too.
Wow, Colonel. It's just become like a... Now, is this a sympathy ploy to get another pizza?
No, it's not.
Okay, because a few minutes ago, you and Quincy were over there chatting it up. Now, all of a sudden, because every once in a while, Colonel, you pull this little sympathy card. And I met your mother and father. They were very nice people, but they've been gone for a while now.
Yes, I know.
Are you having total recall or something over there? I'm trying to make fun of you or anything. But it's just that, the emotional.
That's like when, you know how I felt when I lost him. But I'm going to tell you something. The Lord is watching me now. They go, Bo, please take your time and please enjoy yourself on the air with you gentlemen.
Okay, you're enjoying yourself, but you're coming in and Daryl Dumper down there. You're coming in here crying and whatnot. We're here having fun, talking about, Ricky Bittman having fun with Gage, and you're over there crying your eyes out about something.
You haven't moved Quincy one bit, I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
Quincy's
He's been humming a song over there.
Quincy's sitting over there. So, Colonel, I understand. The reason you're here, by the time this show has aired, you are going down to be inducted into a Hall of Fame once again, and you're going to be signing autographs at a wrestling convention down in Providence, Rhode Island. And the reason you're here is you're picking up your merchandise that you're going to be bringing down to the convention.
Right.
So, give us the 4-1. I mean, are you looking forward to meeting your fans out there?
Yes, I'm forward to meet all the fans I've never met before, and I feel good. It's going to make me feel good to see you, to see all the great gentlemen and the great ladies that I work
unbelievable.
with.
It's you're a legend, Colonel. It says on the 8x10 that you're going to be signing. It says Bull Montana, Boston Garden legend.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I was gonna say it says just that, and I was the very first autograph.
You were.
tonight.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
He had to test out the Sharpie.
That's what I was going to say. Are we going to practice? I mean, when's the last time you did a mass signing like this?
Well, last time was at Fenway Park.
Really?
And
Wow.
We did a wrestling match there.
You did. You're not lying about that. You're not lying. No. I remember that. That was a couple months ago.
Now, are you going to personalize the signatures?
Yes, I do.
Well, you did to CJ tonight.
Well, okay. What if the guy's name is Benevistanciano?
Dear Bill.
Could you sign that to Benevistanciano, please?
Just-
my buddy Joe Quinn. He makes all his autographs to Joe Quinn.
Well, then Richard Dreyfuss even said that.
Okay, Joe Quinn.
And then I'd like to say hello to people the people are like.
Why do I feel like I'm at an AA meeting all of a sudden?
I'd like to say hello to the people in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. Who? Terry Weigel?
No, a lot of people, listen to our podcast.
Then you're not wrong down there, but you haven't been to Nashville, Tennessee since 2001, Bull.
But that's the last time.
Okay, that's what I mean. The last time down there.
I just got back.
It's right. Maybe.
No, I've been in the house and all that. I'm trying to get used to a new living because I lost my mother and father and all that.
That's true. Well, I'm an orphan also, Bull. I lost my mother and father also. So did Ricky Bittman.
Yeah.
And I just want to say hello. I just want to say hello to the fans that miss me. I'm back. I'm back to join is true.
Oh, well, you're always a member of the family down here, Colonel. I mean, as crazy as you drive us all the time, we can't get rid of you because we don't want to get rid of you. Yeah. You're the Colonel, the living legend down there. And, you've grown a beard over the last couple months. You look like Santa Montana. Now,
that was pretty good.
So
that was funny.
What's the deal with the beard?
Well, as you know, I got inducted in the New England Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Right.
So,
is that a prerequisite? You have to grow a beard?
No, I just wanted to look like this because this is how it was in the olden days with a little beard.
Yeah, but it wasn't white though. It was dark.
I'll tell you why it's white, because I'm gonna be 67 years old.
He's got that David Letterman look.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. You know.
I like it.
And the world's most dangerous colonel, worldwide stinky pants. But yeah, you look fantastic. I mean, CJ was saying when he walked in, he didn't even recognize you, not because of the beard, because of how healthy you look.
Yeah.
I mean, he saw you back in October when your good friend Sherry was down from Toronto, Canada.
Right.
And you've become a pillar of health. Richard Simmons maybe put you in his next VHS.
Sweating to the oldies.
Sweating to the Colonel or something. I think it's going to be great down there. So, Colonel, we're glad to have you on here, but like Ricky Bitton mentioned at the beginning of the program, where's Aunt Petunia? You were seen running around with her a few months ago, and all of a sudden, I haven't seen her hiding her hair of her. What's the deal? Where is Aunt Petunia?
See, I haven't seen her either.
You were her bodyguard.
Yes, I haven't. I haven't been around because I'm trying to feel better and all that. That's how come I haven't been around.
Well, she is an albatross. I mean, she is. Cutting her off is a good thing. It's like a tumor or something. I understand that.
Yes, plus that I want to say hello to all our fans.
Okay, I mean, third time around. If they didn't hear me the first time, they could have got a sandwich.
I'm sorry, how
I know you're excited.
You love the fans.
You love the fans. You are a very kind-hearted person, Colonel, down there.
Yep.
But I understand your hidden motives too. Just like CJ, when CJ walked in, I haven't had anything to eat all day, and of course he felt the heartstrings pull, and he got you a pizza.
It was my pleasure to do it.
I'm sure it was. But say that in 38 years, when you have a bank account that just is gone.
I remember one night you guys had a fight one night, and TC goes, "Is this something that a clam plate would solve?"
Wouldn't fix. And it did.
I just want to thank you guys for having me come back.
All right, Colonel, you're always welcome.
You don't have to thank us.
I want to thank you guys, and I want to thank all the fans.
Mother thanks
Once
you.
again, what about the UFOs that Sabrina looking for? You want to thank them too?
Yeah.
That's where Aunt Petunia is with the UFO.
Maybe that's what happened.
She's a close encounter of the wrong kind.
If anything would ever prompt them never to come back again.
Well, she stole their ships and they're stuck here. I wouldn't put that past them.
She fed them all Sanka. And Anderson.
Yep.
Oh, Anderson! Oh my God, I haven't heard that in about.
She asked me one day.
Wow.
She's, like my head's killing me. Do you have any Anderson? Seriously?
Didn't that have rat poison in it?
I don't know, but
Traces of cyanide.
Oh my God, Anderson!
Anderson. She wanted some Anderson.
Not that piece of shit, Anson Williams.
Yeah, that's right. I learned that last week. I mean,
You heard it? You
told the story.
On the show.
Told the Donnie Most Anson Williams story.
I thought
you have the lowdown on this?
yeah, well, we'll talk about it off the air. I don't want to give them any airtime.
Okay.
But wow, I thought you met him at one of Wayne Newton's parties.
No. Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I'll get the word to Wayne. If he was ever going to be invited, he ain't going to be invited now after
Never. Potsy, you're out of here, brother. You ain't doing it.
Sit on it, Potsy.
So one more time there, Ricky Bittman, the spokesperson of After Hours with TC Restani, the podcast. Read our wonderful sponsor there once again.
Everyday drinkers to coffee enthusiasts, there's a brew for everyone. The Moon and the Sea Coffee Company. The right coffee from daylight to twilight, shore to shore. Visit them online at themoonandtheseacoffee.com, a very proud sponsor of Restani Productions.
unbelievable. And we are welcoming back in the studio right now South Boston Jeff and Quincy Briscoe. I want to thank CJ and Colonel for joining us on that little brief moment out there. And the Colonel, once again, before he left, he said he wanted to thank the fans one more time.
One more time. Thank the fans.
So, unbelievable. So, boys, come on in.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this very interesting episode. But unfortunately, it's time to wrap this night up. So, thank you for watching. Drive home carefully. And remember, we never close.
I want to thank the fans.
This has been a fantastic production.